list. Dunkin is putting some spice into its spectacular Halloween lineup. The company has baked up one of the most surprising treats ever, the spicy ghost pepper donut.
Ghost pepper donut. The classic donut here is topped with strawberry flavored icing with a blend of cayenne and ghost pepper and finished with red sanding sugar. You can also celebrate the Halloween DIY donut decorating kit and the return of the creepy crawly spider donut.
Not the ghost pepper donut.
Should a donut have a little kick to it?
You know, it sounds a little gross. I'm gonna have to pass on that. But I do like this little spider.
It's adorable.
That's cute. Now someone's gonna have to bring donuts.
Not big.
Tomorrow, someone do it. It might be me.
It's Friday. I think you should get them since you're going on vacation. You should bring donuts for everybody.
I might not. I guess you'll have to find out tomorrow.
You probably should, or else we will call you out here on the show tomorrow.
All right, guys, moving on. An estimated 29 million people will dress their pets up for Halloween this year, and there's a new survey result from the National Retail Federation that finds pumpkins, hot dogs, and superheroes are among the most popular costume choices. PetSmart is ready to help with a variety of pumpkin, hot dog, and superhero costumes for your dogs or your cats, and you can even dress your dog as a cat.
Veterinarians say start with something simple like a bandana to see if your pet is comfortable. If they are, then you can add other elements, but be sure the costume allows for full movement, and be mindful of the weather because pets can easily overheat.
That pug looks like he's having a good time. Ooh, I like the hot dog.
If I had a dog, which I don't, I would totally dress it up like a pirate.
I literally was just going to ask you, what would you dress your
little
dog
eye
as?
patch, maybe like...
Stop,
yeah.
That's so cute. You know what I would dress my dog as?
I have no idea.
Anchorman.
It would do it, right?
With a mustache, a little suit.
The little milk mustache.
That would be so cute. Now I want a dog just so I can dress it up for Halloween.
Maybe we can borrow somebody's.
Someone want to let me borrow their dog.
We'll just dress them up.
All right, guys, moving on. Netflix says no more free rides. The company has stopped offering free trials to U.S. viewers, phasing out the option this month. Now, that follows a similar move in a number of other countries in recent years. To replace the free trial, Netflix is introducing new ways to attract potential subscribers, including posting some educational content on YouTube. It also recently launched a site where you can watch a number of episodes from its top series for free.
Interesting.
How do you feel about that?
I don't feel great about it. I mean, I already pay for Netflix, so it doesn't hurt me one way or the other, but you would think maybe that free trial ropes you in.
Yeah, I wonder why they stopped doing that. I guess because can you just keep running free trials if you just make a new email address, or like how does that work?
I'm going to guess that is exactly the reason why.
Stop playing the system, guys.
That's it. Get your month free and then pay for your Netflix.
Well, I don't pay for my Netflix. Netflix, if you're watching this.
Bad example.
I'm so sorry. I am a bad example. I borrow my Netflix, but you know what? Things happen.
Apparently a lot of people do. You can see all the names right there.
Well,
people sharing the Netflix account.
I'm really sorry, Netflix. And in other news, some flushable wipes have been recalled. Kimberly-Clark is voluntarily recalling certain packages of Cottonelle flushable wipes and Gentle Plus flushable wipes.
They may be contaminated with bacteria that could cause infection. The recall notice says the packages were made between February and September, so you can visit the Cottonelle website to see if you have a lot number that is part of this recall.
And some of us might feel a little squirrely about our choices on Election Day, but one patriotic rodent isn't missing his chance to be heard. So a family pet squirrel named Chris is weighing in on who should be the next president. 10 nuts each are placed into 2 bowls labeled with each candidate's name, and the one he eats the most nuts out of is declared the winner.
Since 2008, the vote has taken place, and some friends have even used the pick to decide their own vote. The family recognizes it's all in fun, but hopes it reminds us about the serious message of getting out to vote.
It probably will be a relief from the news that we've been hearing, you know, but it just might get people out to vote.
And Chris picked President Trump to win another 4 more years. We will have to wait until Election Day, of course, to see if he was right.
Squirrels are adorable.
They are so cute. I love that. I love that idea. All right, guys, an extraordinary honor for a tourist in Peru. Jesse Catamaya was able to experience something few, if any, people have done before. After waiting almost 7 months to see Incan landmark of Machu Picchu, Peruvian authorities opened the site Tuesday just for him. Now, the Japanese tourist became stranded in a town near the site died because of the coronavirus, and he made a special request to see the reason for his visit to Peru. Yesterday, he became the first person in 7 months to enter the 500-year-old World Heritage Site.
He said he was touched and thanked everyone for helping him. Katayama not only received a special tour, but also was joined by Peru's Prime Minister. Both took part in a traditional Andean ceremony to recognize that Machu Picchu is a safe travel site, meaning it abides by COVID-19 safety protocols. Machu Picchu remains closed, but Peru's Prime Minister said it will open in the near future, allowing 675 visitors a day. That's about 30% of normal. Can you imagine?
Machu Picchu is on my bucket list for sure. It's incredible looking. Maybe one day.
Never been there, but I would love to go as well.
Same. All right, guys, we have to take a quick break, but do not move a muscle. When we return, we've got some tips on dealing with those pesky little bloodsuckers. And later, if you suffer from chronic pain, I may have found a solution that could change your life.
Plus, Fernanda takes on a virtual test drive to uncover the coolest features in a Jeep Wrangler. We'll be right back.